In the heart of Nimanja Kingdom, the sun blazed over the sprawling landscape of golden fields and lush forests. The three royal families, Idusa, Agboji, and Aruba, had long been bound by blood and tradition, but now a fierce conflict brewed among them. Whispers of power and ambition echoed through the palace halls as the kingdom prepared for the coronation of its new king. Prince Boluba of the Aruba family had always been a controversial figure. Known for his violent temper and reckless behavior, many questioned his suitability for the throne. Yet, the Idusa clan rallied behind him, believing his ferocity would protect the kingdom from external threats. On the other hand, the Agboji family championed Prince Odiai, a compassionate and wise leader who sought to unite the kingdom through peace. As the day of the coronation approached, the air crackled with tension. The citizens of Nimanja watched with bated breath, torn between their loyalties to the royal families. The grand hall of the palace was adorned with vibrant banners, but beneath the surface, unease simmered. The day of the coronation arrived, and the grand hall was filled with nobles and commoners alike. Prince Boluba stood at the altar, clad in royal regalia, his face a mask of arrogance. The high priest raised the ceremonial crown, and as it descended upon Boluba's head, the crowd erupted into a mix of cheers and murmurs of dissent. "I am your king," he declared, his voice booming. "And I will rule with strength." King Boluba roared in pride and might. But strength quickly morphed into tyranny. Within days of his coronation, Boluba imposed harsh taxes on the people, claiming it was necessary to bolster the kingdom's defenses. The once thriving markets grew silent as merchants struggled to pay their dues. Families starved, and the laughter of children faded into an echo of despair. In the villages, whispers turned into cries of anger. The Agboji clan's supporters, who had hoped for Prince Odiai's compassionate leadership, began to organize in secret, rallying against Boluba's oppressive regime. "Enough is enough," cried a villager at a clandestine meeting. "We cannot let this wicked king ruin our lives." As the months went by, the suffering of the people grew unbearable. Boluba, consumed by power, became increasingly paranoid. He ordered guards to patrol the streets, silencing dissent with brute force. At this moment, the Aruba clan and the Idusa clan, who initially supported King Boluba, began to regret their actions and decided to join the Agboji clan towards their fight against the oppression. But in the shadows, a hope flickered. Prince Odiai, though not king, had not given up. He traveled through the kingdom in disguise, listening to the plight of the people and offering what little help he could. His compassion ignited a fire in the hearts of the oppressed. "We will not stand idly by," Odiai declared at a gathering of loyal supporters. "Together, we can restore justice to Nimanja." The resistance grew stronger, and soon plans were set in motion to confront Boluba. A group of brave villagers, led by Odiai, decided to storm the palace and demand their rights. On a fateful night, they gathered their courage and marched toward the heart of the kingdom. Inside the palace, Boluba feasted with his loyalists, Kitima his second-in-command, Apolobo his right-hand man, Umaik, his loyal chief guard, Wajala, the head of palace workers, and others, unaware of the storm brewing outside. As the villagers broke through the gates, the fierce battle erupted. Odiai fought valiantly, leading the charge against Boluba's guards. "Your reign of terror ends tonight," Odiai shouted, clashing swords with Boluba, whose arrogance had turned to fury. The duel between the two princes raged on, echoing through the palace halls. Boluba's strength was formidable, but Odiai's heart and resolve fueled his every move. With a final thrust, Odiai disarmed Boluba, sending the wicked king sprawling to the ground. "Why, Boluba?" Odiai breathed heavily, standing over him. "Why choose tyranny over compassion?" Boluba scowled, his pride wounded. "Strength is what this kingdom needs." "You are weak, Odiai. Strength without justice is nothing but oppression," Odiai replied, his voice steady. "The people deserve better." The villagers, emboldened by Odiai's words, surged forward, surrounding Boluba. They had witnessed the suffering he had inflicted upon them, and their anger was palpable. "Let him be judged by the people he harmed," a villager shouted, raising a fist in solidarity. With Boluba captured, the villagers united to restore balance to Nimanja. Odiai emerged as a leader, guiding the people toward healing and rebuilding. The oppressive taxes were lifted, and the markets buzzed with life once more. As the sun rose over the kingdom, Odiai stood before the gathered crowd, a humble smile on his face. Together, we will forge a new path for Nimanja, a path of compassion, justice, and unity. The cheers of the people rang out, a chorus of hope that filled the air. Baluba, stripped of his power, was exiled, forced to reckon with the consequences of his wickedness. In the end, the true strength of a leader was not found in the crown they wore, but in the hearts of the people they served. And in that moment, the kingdom of Nimanja began to heal, united under the rightful king, the one who understood that kindness could conquer all. If you aren't following me, you probably might not see an interesting and intriguing storytelling videos like this again.